for those who joined the meeting for the first time, we usually have a Sunday weekly forecast at 8 to 9 p.m. every Sunday, unless maybe we give an update of not having a meeting. So make sure every Sunday use the same link, join for the purpose of learning and also getting to understand, get ideas from traders in the community, what they're looking at, and the opportunities that are coming up for the new week. So Sunday is always a good day for you to prepare a plan for the week and know what you want to achieve the coming week. So without wasting much time, I just share my economic calendar very briefly. Then after sharing the economic calendar, I'll let you, Ngare, to take over and share the pairs that you want to share. And then later on, Kim, and then I'll be closing the meeting with the pairs I'm also watching onto. So I hope you guys can see my screen I've shared my screen for forex.com. Someone to confirm?
We can see it clearly.
Okay, perfect. So Monday, tomorrow, the whole day we have federal election for the Canadian dollar. On Tuesday, we have a bank holiday for the JPY pairs. The same Tuesday during the New York session at 5 p.m., we're going to be having job openings. That will be affecting the dollar, the US dollar. Then on Wednesday, early in the morning during the Asian session, we'll be having a CPI for the Australian dollar. And then later on, on the same day, we're going to be having, during the New York session, we're going to have ADP non-farm employment change. We'll also be having card GDP for the card, as well as price index, as well as also employment cost index for the dollar. That is during the New York session. Then on Thursday, all right, someone, let me see this. Guys, kindly make sure once you're in the meeting, if you're not supposed to talk, have your mic muted, so that you don't have distractions. So if you want to talk, just raise up your hand and or maybe ask whatever you want to ask on the comment section. Kindly, just simple courtesy. So, and then on Thursday, we're going to be having GP, that is the pound. I will be having the BOG policy rate, that is for the Japanese yen. Then we'll also be having, during the New York session, same Thursday, you're going to have unemployment claims for the dollar. Then we'll be wrapping up our week with non-farm employment change on 2nd. That's what we have for this week. So this week we are having NFP. Right? So that's what we have from the economic calendar. So probably expect some crazy and weird moves. But the thing is, price action, once we see clear price action, we take advantage of what the market has to offer. So in conjunction with that, I'm going to allow Ngare to take over, spend some few minutes, 15 minutes, share your what you have on your watch list, maybe for what you're expecting for this week, intradays, as well as the upcoming swings. And then later on, I'm going to also share what I have from my end.
Hi guys, I hope everyone can see my screen, yeah? So first I'd like to talk about these cells. I'll rush quickly because this is from the daily time frame, yeah? Initially, I anticipated we might get a dip from this zone. Why? Because it's a structure and an inside formation, but we had them come and consume the whole structure, and we got our cells from this zone. Why did we get the cells from that zone? Simply because the engineered liquidity from up here was stronger. It held price more, yeah? So that's why we got price coming to this zone. So ideally, I'm expecting, I hope my net is not disappointing me at this point in time. Okay. So I'm expecting this zone to hold price some more. So I want to see price move to the downside, yeah? We might be, let me erase this. a moment. Yeah. At least everyone knows where this came from. So we've had a market shift from this zone. Ideally, now I want to see price come back up, maybe on this. Not maybe. I want to see price come take our cells from here. Yeah, we can ride these cells till I think I want to see price come to this zone. Yeah, so I want to see price come like this. Yeah, maybe it'll dip a bit, come tap here, then up till around there. This is the movement that I'm expecting to see come next week, simply because I'm expecting the dollar to be strong because we've had a tragic event happened because the Pope actually died, and when someone who has a massive control or anything of the sort, yeah, if that tends to happen, we tend to see markets have a reaction to that, yeah. And I had marked this zone, and if you observe keenly, we have a type over here. This is a liquidity engineering, yeah. So this is a place that I want to see price go. We take steps from that zone, then we dip it completely. It might be some good pips. Let me check. Short position from this here. Roughly, you will be getting good. Let me tell this to go away so that you guys can see the screen well. Yeah, you can actually decide to refine it more. Maybe get some 20 pips or 15 pips. Okay, why did I change it? Not the stop loss. Yeah, actually, it's 12 pips. That's more than enough. If you decide to add it to 15 pips, it's all good. That is a good amount of risk. Your first TP can be this zone. Then the other TP can be our zone down here that I've told you. We'll be waiting for price to come around here. Then we'll wait to see how price reacts from this zone. Maybe we could be taking buys, but ideally, we're expecting the dollar to be a bit stronger, yeah. But we make room for any changes that might occur. We are not rigid, yeah. So that's the first trade that I'd be expecting. Let me just take this and send it to our Discord. So that's the first thing that I'll be waiting to see on GU. Apart from that, yeah. Well, ideally, I usually tell you guys we are always welcome for checking both scenarios. So what happens when price breaks this, which is highly unlikely, yeah? So if price decides to rally up, yeah, what will be causing price to move to the upside, yeah? Technically, it will be these zones, yeah. This will be what would pull the price to go to the upside. But as you guys can see, it's like way up at the top. It's I don't expect price to go there. Yeah, it's more like 100 pips to the upside. Yeah, so that's what I wouldn't be expecting. It's highly unlikely, but fairly possible. Yeah. So ideally, we'll expect price to come down here so that we can get a push to the upside, but price can break and decide to dip up until this zone. That's I used FX, but we usually use forex.com. Yeah. And as you guys can see, I had marked this initially. So I was waiting for price to react. We'll get another entry. Maybe come here because we when we're using time frame coordination or you're checking market cycles, you get different entries at different times. If you miss one entry, you can get another entry. Yeah, it's fairly simple like that. Now I'm going to move to BTC, but if you if you find yourself that you have a question on GU, feel free to ask. So for BTC, this was my point of interest. The other is where I had analyzed actually. This is my point of interest over here. Yeah. And remember, this is the weekly time frame. Yeah? So I was expecting price to come here. Actually, I've been waiting ever since we were down here. I've been waiting for price to come here. I want price to come here. If not here, maybe we expect to get there, this zone. Then we shoot up to maybe 170, 190, but we have to wait and see. We are never certain. We are just working with possibilities, probabilities, and all that. So this is our zone, yeah. So refining it or from the weekly, yeah, this would have been where we'll be focusing on, yeah. This one is where we expect the invalidation to happen, yeah. Price might decide to go up until here if it's going to go up. We're not. I don't expect us to get to 100K soon. Maybe we get 90, 98, 99, then we drop massively before we shoot to the upside. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. But initially on this trade, yeah, I was expecting price to come till this zone. This this is actually where my stop loss was. Actually, it was lower. I'm just sharing with you widely how I looked at it. So on the daily, that's the zone that I had marked. Actually, I got like 300 pips. Yeah. So after I marked that zone, I took this one into consideration. This one here. So I got my sales from here, but they were quick scalp sales because I want to see price go up here. Yeah. After price get up here, I'll be expecting sales, like proper sales. But at the moment, we observe the markets. We react to what liquidity tells us. Yeah. And the reason why I anticipate price to continue shooting down, it's because of this structure over here. To be more precise, this one over here. Yeah. But if price violates this, I want to see it come up until this one. There's a lot of liquidity that was lying up over here. Yeah. So I want to see price go. If it breaks this zone, it will go up here. Then we drop like that. So right now, this is where we are. And the way price has been behaving, yeah, we have not gotten a shift yet. So if you're going to want to sell, you have to wait for this shift over here to occur. Yeah, this one. If you don't see price breaking down here, keep watching the markets. Yeah, because if it comes down, we might get entries from around, maybe let's say here, like good entries, then we'll drop. We might be getting good drops. Yeah, but ideally we also have that scenario. Since price has strongly obeyed this zone, this might be the chance that we get to buy. But if it was buy, is maybe I'd want to see price come till here. Yeah, because this is a type 6 if you guys are keen enough. But I know that some of you don't know what the types are, but we'd expect price has closed above that. I want to see price come, get into this zone. I take my buys, then we rally till the point above that I showed you. Then we'll be taking ourselves from that zone. Yeah. So we've got those two scenarios on BTC, and that's what I'm waiting to see price do. Yeah. If this one doesn't hold, because currently I took sales from here, I'm still holding. I want to see price make a reaction here so that I can get out of my sales. Yeah. And that's all that I have to share for you guys. I'm going to let the next person take over for you, from me, I mean. Yeah. Any questions before I hand it out to the next person? Veli, you couldn't hear me? Uh, Apart from Veli, anyone else had an issue hearing me?
From my end, I can hear you clearly. I don't know. Maybe guys can confirm on the chat section if you can hear Ngare.
And if you had any questions, you can send them on the chats. Okay, okay. So everyone had. Yeah. So I take it that you guys don't have any questions for me. I'll leave the next person to take over. Um, that's all that I had to share for today.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Kim, are you there? Kim?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, maybe you can share what you have on your watch list. Then after that, Benji.
Yeah.
Then I'll close it. We don't want to waste a lot of time here.
So, okay, you said they stick to English.
Yes, stick to English, please.
Yes, I will do that. So on my watch list this week, I'm targeting a stronger dollar. I think from last week, we saw the dollar trying to gain some strength on the DXY as I'll be presenting or I'll be showcasing. I think we had the dollar moving, I think, from around 97. My thing, so 1 minute. Okay, from 97, 930 levels up to around 9900 levels. So even if you put in another dimension on price action, you can see we have more of a trend line forming there. So it's fair to say that the dollar is on a bullish trend. So it's nice that we were midweek. We found some sells on GU, EU, some buys on USDCAD. Although during Wednesday evening, Trump did his thing again, and we are stopped out on some nice setups on Nasdaq, on TJ. We had also some reactions on the JPY pairs. So on my end, I'll be looking for reaction to the upside to target 10.300 levels around there, and use this trend line. And if we break the upside, I think we'll be bullish to the dollar. Maybe we target the higher areas up here. So for me, I'm still positive. I'll be bullish on the dollar, but I'll be keen on how price will be behaving on this level, 100 to 300 levels. If you break the upside, you look for nice buys. If you go to the downside, I'll be targeting down here, 97, 700 levels, that area. So still bullish on the dollar on the same. Now on my pairs, start with the USD card, then I comment on GJ, then I give on to the next presenter. On USD card, we had a shift of the market up here, have a change of character here on the 1 hour time frame. I was looking for buys this zone here because we had a type 1 liquidity down there. Let me indicate. I was actually looking for these nice buys down here, targeting for price to come and tap me at this zone so that I can buy to the next imbalance up there. But it did not play out well, or it did not come to my entry. But still, I think the setup is still valid. On my end, I think this is just liquidity being accumulated, still valid. I think Benji, I saw somewhere Benji had these cells. I think he will explain maybe when he'll be presenting. He's had these cells on the other side in his community. But on my end, I'm still bullish on the USD card because you have a shift here, a change of character. The guys who like to call it trying to mitigate this imbalance here. Up here, we have a type of 5. So I'll be looking for buys down there, targeting that high there. We have a type of 5 liquidity there. Then we'll see how price will react in that zone. If we get a reaction to the downside, well and good, we'll wait for shifts. Then we look for sales back to the downside, because on the hindsight or on the daily, the USD card or the card is still bearish, still selling the card again, the dollar against the cards, Canadian dollar. So I think we'll look for trade opportunities at those levels. If price maybe tomorrow does not hold or continue buying to the upside, I'll look for opportunities at that type of liquidity up there. Also, I've circled it. Yes, I'll look for sales. If price maybe tomorrow decides to buy to the upside, I'll look for sales to the downside from that zone. I think that is clear for the SD card. As you have seen, I don't like have a rigid speculation of how the market will go. We react as the market goes because we trade liquidity. So where price takes us is how we react. Now on GJ, I think GJ, we had nice setups last week, though we were taken out due to some, call it Trump shenanigans, as you can see here. We had some nice type 1 liquidity being mitigated here. I think we were having the same setup with some guys in the tribe community and with my community, but due to some fundamentals during the evening, we slept in blues. We woke up in sorrow or in ululation, you can call it, but it's part of life. That's the market condition of the moment. So you just have to adjust and move on. On my end, I had a weak overlap. It's on a daily. On GJ at that level on daily, I had a weak overlap there. I think I had marked it last week and price tapped that zone and sold it the downside. And on the same, we have a type 1 liquidity down here, still on the same. So from where price tapped the overlap, close the downside. So tomorrow or Monday, I'll be looking for shifts on the lower time frame, and we continue selling. I think you have a slight shift here, but it's not very clear. But I'll see how price opens tomorrow, and during tomorrow, Asia and London, see how it reacts. But I'll be looking for sell positions, maybe at that zone, short position. Looking for sell positions. I'll get clear opportunities tomorrow during London to that area. We have a type 1 liquidity. Then I'll see how price reacts at this circled area of type 1. Then we continue buying, because on the higher time frame, we are still bullish on a pound against the JPY. So if intradays I get sales tomorrow during London, I'll look for sales to the downside. If they not play out, I'll see how price react at this level here. We have much type 1 liquidity, continue buying to the upside. I think on the daily, we still have a lot of liquidity on the higher time frame. We have type 5 here, we have type 1 on the above area. But for tomorrow on GJ, I'll be looking for those sales opportunity that price action reacted on that overlap region up here. So get nice shift, change of character to the downside, or shift, you look for sales to the downside. To get type 1, then look for buys. I think I'm done on my end. Back to you, Basweti.
Thank you. That's so nice, Kim. Benji? Benji, I don't know if you can hear me. Benji, we can't hear you. All right, it seems Benji is not in a position to speak. So what you're gonna do, Brent, are you there? Brent? I don't know if Brent is around. Okay. Top G, do you have anything on your watch list? Maybe you want to share and give you like 5-10 minutes. You say something. Top G, if you've got anything on your watch list, maybe you want to comment on,
No, actually, say now.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Leonard.
Actually, I've been looking on the GBPJPY, and then Kim has done it, and then also another one is gold, which I actually expect maybe you're going to help us on that, but I was also watching gold, and I think yes, Paul, you can help us on that one. That is, I think, the most pair that we are waiting for.
Okay, perfect. Henry, do you have anything to say about EURJPY? I don't know if you're in position to say anything, Mr. Henry.
On my side,
Uh-huh.
I'm not in a position to need battle send setups. I'm not in a position to share my screen right now.
Okay.
But I'll send the setups.
Okay, perfect. Benji, I think now you are set. I don't know if you're in position. Benji?
Baswit.
Yes.
I'm having an issue with my mic.
Okay.
I'm having an issue with my mic. I hope sasa kuna echo.
Yes, iko sawa.
All right. Very nice. I'm having an issue with my mic on my side. That's why I decided I'm talking with my phone currently. Let me see if I can share my screen and also talk on this other side.
All right, okay.
If it's very possible. Let me see. Because I have some. Okay, very nice. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen from our end. From my end, I can see it.
Okay.
Other guys, you can as well confirm, guys, on the chat section so that we know we are together if you can see Benji's screen. Use the chat section if you can see Benji's screen.
I can see Benji's screen.
All right, very fast, very fast. I will go to DXY. That's the first thing. Sorry, I was late. I hope you talked about we are having some good news this week. That's the first thing I usually start with. This week, I saw we are having an FP on Friday, so that's something that we need to put across. We are having an FP on Friday, and having an FP on Friday means that most of our trading sessions are going to dwell on them from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what I usually tell my team most of the time. So Friday NFP probably after, and we know very well on Thursdays. I see we're having a lot of bank holidays, and pre-NFP days we usually don't have a lot of volatility in the market. So be very cautious this week. That's something I will actually comment on. That's the first thing. So we are having good red folder news. I'm hoping this week Trump will be able to talk. For those who don't love Trump talking, me, I love the volatility. I was with Basweti the other time, and we were talking about the volatility that is there when Trump gives us a good volatility. So I'm expecting Trump to talk. Your volatility is good, actually. For those who hate that guy, I know most of you hate him, including Kim. Kim, he doesn't love the guy, but the volatility is actually good because we can see from last week. So this is DXY 4 hours time frame. From last week, the entire week, we have not had any type of movements whatsoever, which are very good. We weren't anticipating actually DXY to be bullish, but we have seen some bullish sentiments so far, and that's the one thing that we are doing. So currently, the market is very bearish on the dollar. The dollar is very bearish. It has lost a lot since Trump started talking around 3 weeks ago, and it lost a lot. And for that, we were buying GU, EU, AUD, USD. All right, and also gold was able to also to go even higher. So DXY this is a pullback, a bullish pullback that we anticipating, but it has not happened. Last week, it never happened. This week, the move started quite well. On Tuesday, we saw some bullish sentiments, but they're not that clear, and it's not giving us some good pullback. And that's why most of us who are here in this meeting, we have been losing. I was able to post a poll in my community asking them how the week was and everything. So most people were saying it was not a good week. We didn't have a lot of trading opportunities. Why? Because the dollar is not giving us a good pullback. If probably you trade major pairs. So that's one thing that we want to see this week. This was a setup that I posted on, was it on Friday, Thursday? I wanted it to come back to this area of liquidity so that we can even push higher and target the previous week's high. But the market is it's not moving ideally as we want it to move. So that's one thing that we saw. So I heard about Kim asking me about USDCAD. I'll talk about it. So the dollar, I'm anticipating it actually to push even further, but expecting probably a drop, then we can push even higher and target so many areas. We have buy side liquidity, previous week's high, forwards fair value gap, we have order blocks, all these. We need to cover these so that we can probably continue going to the downside. Now we had USDCAD, so remember we are anticipating bullish pullback on gold. On the dollar. Now, this was a setup. The first setup I will share is USDCAD on 15 minutes. I missed this setup. It was a clean setup. Gave us a good one to around 5.6 R, but I missed it. Why? Because I was from Easter holidays. So I was not able to see the chart quite well. So I will say that. But ideally, it gave us a good setup. We were anticipating the dollar actually to give us that bullish sentiment, and it gave us a good buy on this particular area. Medium to a supply and demand, very simple. So that area gave us some good buys. We were able to push even higher. So this market, I saw it actually when the market was around here. This was on Wednesday when I came back. When I came back after Easter holiday. So it gave us some good buys. I missed it and I was like, it's okay. But these cells that were here, let me turn probably to 1 hour time frame so that I can share about it. So another thing or another zone that I saw was this particular area. This area was the area that gave us this push to the downside. Definitely, I wanted to collect some few pips, but I'm already out of this market so far. So I knew this market, after giving us this big push to the upside, this big push that we're seeing here clearly, the market ideally has to come back, collect more liquidity and collect more buyers so that we can actually go higher. So another area I will give you guys on USDCAD, because I was told to talk about it. I have seen it actually quite clearly on 45 minutes time frame. Is some good buys at this particular area. Let me just come do this. On 45, it's actually giving us a good area. We have a very good area of liquidity. We have a lot of sell side liquidity that is here that I want this market to cover. This zone can give us some good buys, that particular area, and probably you can even target higher zones because we are clearly bullish on what? On the dollar. So probably that zone, Kim, you asked me about the sells. The sells was a short-term sell to target even to collect more liquidity so that it can even go even quite higher. So that is the push that I'm anticipating this week for USDCAD. I have something else on GU. But 4 hours time frame. If it's not 4 hours, it's 2 hours. Let me do on 1 hour. So this is a move that I'm anticipating. As I told you, I'm anticipating the dollar to push lower, then we push even higher. So this is the move I want to see probably on GU. This is what I want to be able to see. If it can give me a clear shift of structure on lower time frames on this particular area, can even move higher. But I am aware of this zone that is up here, but I would love to catch some good sales because this area was the one that gave us this big push to the downside. The market has been building liquidity. We have a lot of buy side liquidity here. Fair value gap, and the supply zone that gave us this move. And from this high to this low, we are having actually a good golden zone, which is also this particular area. I would love to see some sales from here so that we can actually go lower and probably sweep so many sales and liquidity that GU has built. Remember, we were able to buy GU. This was before Trump started talking. This was the zone. This was the last time actually traded on GU. It gave us some big pumps to the upside, went even lower, came back again. Then we had this big push to the upside. So we are having a lot of imbalances that GU needs to actually take out so that we can continue moving even higher. So this is on GU. So I have not analyzed a lot of markets, but I will talk about gold. This is the last thing I will talk about. Then I give the mic to Basweti so that he can continue from there. So this is gold. Nice. Let me do this. So gold has, I want to believe that gold has finished the manipulative move or taking out early buyers so far. And so far, this was the analysis that I did on Friday. And I'm actually in the buys from this particular zone that gave us this. There was a trend line liquidity that the market was observing. It was on a psychological zone around 3,300, if I'm not wrong. 3,300. We were able to get into those buys. And I want to believe that the manipulative move, this big fall to the downside is finished, because when Trump announced that he's going to pause the issue with the trade wars, that's when we had this push to the downside. The market decided not to buy anymore. So I've not heard about fundamentals, but I'm going to probably read about them. But gold right now, yes, we are trading technically, but 90% is fundamentally. So when you hear about Trump has tweeted on X, the other app, we are very alert because we are trading gold fundamentally. We can be right technically, but fundamentally probably we can't. So I'm on buys. I entered at 3,300, collected around 200 pips so far. I'm targeting all-time highs. If it can give us that push, it's on B, and I'm waiting for that big push to happen on gold so I can continue even going higher. So that's all Basweti for me. I'm holding some few setups, GPP card. I'm waiting on GU, gold, I'm on buys. And remember the buys that we had from 29.78 zone. I'm still holding one entry at that particular area. Where was it? At this particular area that was here, 29.78. And I'm still expecting gold to continue even going higher. And we have also buyers who are also holding their positions, and also institutions. So I'm still expecting gold to continue going higher. So back to you, Basweti. That's all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Benji. Are you guys enjoying this session? Let me know in the chat section if you guys are learning and also enjoying to hear from different traders. Let me see in the chat section if you guys are following, you're getting value, and you're learning. Feedback is always very important. Before I also talk about gold and a few pairs on swings and rather some intradays. All right, I can see Esther is around, Kevin. Oh, it's only two people over here. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So let me share my screen. I'm going to talk about a few pairs that have spotted some upcoming swings. Benji, you can stop sharing. Okay, thank you. All right. Maybe someone to confirm if you can see my gold screen. All right, thank you. So I'll start by saying this. For me, I trade based on liquidity concepts, and I'm going to give a brief ideology about gold, what I'm looking into, what I'm expecting. The fact that I saw Ngare sharing GBPUSD, I've also seen Benji has confirmed the same GBPUSD. We're intending to look for sales, and also, yeah, I think those are some of the trades that I've noted down. So gold, clearly, if you look at the chart very well, we have. Maybe I can start with a recap of the trades that I had this week, the purpose of also learning. So this week I had on Monday, the market, was it on Monday? When the week started, the market really, was it this week or the other week? The market really, was it this week? I'm not really sure if it's the other week because I've been sick. So the market really took us out. I was trying to look for buys, but we were wiped out. So this week, I think on Thursday or Wednesday, I had a very nice setup for gold. I had some 300 pips from this zone. Reason being, it was an intraday kind of setup. The entry was based on 15 minutes. I had seen this kind of, I'm just doing these guys very fast for the purpose of learning. This thing, I had seen this kind of a shift, and then there was this area of liquidity, which was some sort of an inside formation. Then when I did my refinement, I saw some sort of, on 3 minutes, I saw some sort of liquidity engineering. And then as I took this trade, the trade delivered over 300 and something pips. And I was actually targeting the 15 minutes level, this area. I was targeting this zone because I also expected once price comes here, it was supposed to have a reaction. That's why once the market hit, okay, of course, we wanted to go all the way down here, but price reacted on this level. It's very important to know how to manage your trades, how to take profits, because it's so unfortunate once you get like a trade like this, the market drops 300 pips and then it comes to entry without taking anything. It's so painful. So after that, the market bought. Then the other area that I was targeting was 32.89. I think I gave out this on to members also of the community, and price delivered around 250. These were just intraday opportunities. Reason why I took a buy from these areas because of the liquidation aspect. Whereby, if you look at the chart on the screen, I want you to stick your eyes on the screen. If you look at the chart, the market, as far as on higher time frame, we have not really have a clear confirmation. Yes, as far as you have not had a clear confirmation, I mean a clear confirmation on higher time frame, we are still strongly bullish. But if I look at the 1 hour time frame, I could clearly see that we had some sort of transition, rather shift, and then we had this area of liquidity. So when I did my refinement on 15 minutes, I saw this area to be potential for me to get some buys. As I told guys, just look for 150 pips, 100 to 150 pips. So when the market came all that area to that area, my stop loss was around 27 pips. Price tapped that area, delivered around 250 pips. I took my profit at around 250 pips. It was done. So I didn't again come to trade. So on the gold aspect, on the gold asset, if you look at the chart very well right now, delete everything. The daily time frame, okay, from the monthly view, I want to give you guys important zones that we need to consider. From the monthly view, we can see that we have a very strong bullish direction. If you look at this zone, this might be our a major area of liquidity, whereby once price will be coming here, we'll consider it. So if you go to weekly time frame, we have 3,000 level as an important zone for liquidity, talking about this area. So we have this zone also. It's an important zone for liquidity. So we need to be keen on how price behaves once the market opens this week. So if I go back to the daily time frame, we have this area around 20, we have around 31, 24, 25 there. We have a very nice flip zone. If the market decides to sell, guys, don't ignore this price level. If the market decides to sell, don't ignore this price level. This area will deliver based on how price action will build up around this zone. this area is going to deliver more than 1,000 pips for buys. So just be keen. Once market will come around this area, it will deliver 1,000 pips. Don't miss those 1,000 pips. So on the current zone, looking at these, this is an area of liquidity. Go back to the candlesticks. We don't have any candlestick body closure below this zone, which means there's a likelihood of us continue pushing up. There's a likelihood of us pushing bullish furthermore. So if you go back to H1 time frame coordination, it confirms to me we're gonna still be bullish. So probably whatever was happening around this area was just the aspect of liquidating. The aspect of liquidation. So since the market had given me an idea or a footprint to tell me that you're bullish, and if you look at 1 hour right now, we have this area. We'll consider this as a shift. Then I can as well say this is a formation, right? So using 15 minutes, once the market opens in a few hours from now, I'll be interested. Just a moment to do a little bit of. These are just short-term opportunities, but they might escalate to be swings now that we are still bullish on gold. So I'll be interested to get my buys from this area, of course. I'll be interested to get my buys from this area. I'll give you a reason why. We have that zone. I hope you guys are following on the screen. Okay, so 15 minutes. These are just some short-term kind of opportunities. So I'll be interested to get my. Okay. So we have this zone and also have this zone, but I think this one has been consumed because of this week. Then down here we have this structure. Then we have this type. So two possible areas. So there's liquidity engineering here, and then we have this type of liquidity. So 32.73 price might still come there retest, but I really don't believe because these areas. So my first area of interest will be 32.93. Of course, with the refinement. With the refinement, we're gonna have our entry on this liquidity engineering here. And boom. That's my first area of interest to look for buys from. Look at what we have here. That's like 15 pips. So you can have a stop loss of up to 20 pips. So my first entry to buy for gold will be there, and I'll be using 1 hour to take my profits. So if the market comes there, so there is a possibility price might react also from this zone because we have what you call impure liquidity, and we also have this type of liquidity here. So two possibilities. We are in a probability market. So either market will come back here, react, and then get enough momentum to push up further. Or if the market reacts first of all from this zone, just know that price will go for the liquidity. So we have this area. This is like how many pips from this. So when the market opens, okay, this is like how many pips? Around 70 pips, 80 pips. So this 33.28 for short-term trades is important. 33.54 is also important. But if the market decides to come and react on 32.87, just know that you're going to be pushing all the way probably up to even maybe all the way to 4,000 level. So that's what I'll say on gold for now, because we have not yet had a confirmation to know if you're going to sell long-term, because from the daily time frame, I can't see anything that indicates serious momentum, right? So that's what I'll say on gold. Now, let me talk about GJ quickly. Just add on what you other traders have also said. GJ, GBPJPY. So I was using 4 hours identifying these areas of liquidity. Last week I was intending to get some buys here, but the market didn't come all the way this area. So I got another entry. I think it was on Friday, if I'm not wrong, or Thursday. I got this entry, and the market delivered, I think, around 200 and 18 pips there, somewhere there. So for this coming week, what I'm looking at to GJ, I'll use daily time frame. At the moment where the market is, we have this area of liquidity up here. We have this area of liquidity, which is a type. I think this is type 5. So I'm anticipating probably price to come all the way up. I'm anticipating probably price to come all the way up. And then we'll be looking for sales. We'll be looking for sales from up here, of course, with proper refinement. I'm just giving you a heads up. I don't want to spend much time on that. So that's what I'm anticipating. Probably price to come and react from that zone. Then we drop, right? So that is on GJ. As you know very well, as you go on with the week, all the developing setups for intradays will be giving updates on the Discord platform. So that is on GJ. I think there's also another pair that is AUDJPY. So it has also some nice upcoming AUDJPY. So some nice upcoming opportunities for AUDJPY. So if you look at the daily time frame, we also have this shift and then this area of liquidity. So I'm expecting price to come and do full consumption all the way around this area, refinement, that zone. Then from there, we'll be able to sell. So as a trader, you need to use common sense, know how to take continuational trade and also how to it depends with you and how to take the long-term trade. So I'm anticipating to sell from up there. So that means you can use this structure that we have here. You can use these structures that we have here to probably get trade that will push you up to the upside. So talking of that, we have this type here, depends. We have this type around this area. So if you go down to the lower time frames, 1 hour, and do refinement and get continuational trades that will take you all the way to the upside. So that is on AUDJPY. So I'm anticipating to sell from around the 95.064. Then we also have another pair that I also spotted some nice opportunity. We have, I think it is NSDCHF. These are some nice upcoming swings. NSDCHF, some nice upcoming swings. Check out the daily time frame. I hope you guys are following. I know it's very fast, but I hope you guys are following. So NSDCHF, if you check on the daily time frame. Okay. Are you guys following? Okay, NSDCHF. Also on daily, I'm anticipating price to come all the way up, and then we drop. Gonna deliver some very nice pips, around 400 pips. So make sure you be watching out these. I'll share all these updates on those groups that we are in. Then we'll be able to take advantage of that. So I think that's what I have for tonight. I don't have much to say. Maybe there's a pair AUDJPY. I'm waiting for some nice upcoming also swings. AUDJPY. So for AUDJPY, as the market is moving, if price comes and taps this particular area, let me show you. My areas of interest where I'll be selling from, there's this zone, and also there's this area at the top. There's a reason that's why I have my TP around this area. So, I mean, my first zone at that. So I'll be interested to sell from those two zones because of refinement and liquidity aspect. So if when the price will be coming down here, I'll be interested to look for some swing buys from around this zone. All right, I'll be interested to look for some swing buys from this zone. That is with the refinement. If you go back to monthly, you'll understand why I have those two setups. So those are swings. So in terms of, yes, that is true, Yano. So in terms of swings, I'll update these once they mature. We'll take them. Then in terms of intradays, I don't think I have much to say. So tomorrow is on a Monday. Wait for the market to open. Then we'll be able to look at what price is giving us during the London session. We'll be able to catch up some nice intradays, as we also get some short-term swings. So I think up to that point, we are good. Yes.
Can I add something on gold shortly?
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, I'm going to share my charts so that you guys can see. this is something that you can add on to whatever every other trader has said. This is matters in regards to gold. Window, share window. Yeah, this one. I hope everyone can see my screen. Yeah.
Yep.
So ideally, from the point that has shown, if you guys pay attention to this week overlap, ideally it's pretty nice because it's already closed. Like this week and this week, they've already formed a week overlap. Yeah. So in whatever has told you guys, yeah, technically focus on this structure over here. Yeah, you could be getting long-term buys from that specific area as compared to every other area out there. Yeah, when you see price coming down, maybe look for entries from here. I think this is the best spot. I even don't know how many pips these are. Okay, this is 50 pips. We can refine it some more. Let's go to a lower time frame. If you get clean buys from here, we could actually be looking at holding it for quite some time. Or again, you guys remember that the markets currently, it's as much as it's bullish, it's showing signs that the bullishness is coming to an end, and the dollar is kind of looking. Am I hearing echoes or okay? I'll just ignore. Yeah, so ideally you could look for the first sell I'm suggesting is from this, but I'm thinking this will come to get consumed. So maybe we'll be looking to get our buys from this area over here. Yeah. So that's one thing that I'd like you guys to take note, because from the 4 hour, it's a good point of interest from there. And if you actually get a clean trade, it can, ideally we're expecting gold to be bullish as much as the dollar is looking to be strong, simply because the economic times and the fundamentals are telling us that many people are not in lines or happy with whatever it's happening in the US. Yeah, so that's all that I had to share in lines with gold. And I think I wound up from there. Yeah, I'll also share it in as compared to what has already shown you. So you guys should pay attention to that area, especially when market opens in a few hours.
Thank you. Gold is one of my favorite pair to trade. I know so many people are scared. This is the pair that can give you money. Anyway, you can trade any pair and you can still make money. So I will summarize this meeting by saying this, guys. One of the things that will keep you in business is risk management. Whether you have $1 million US dollars, $1,000, $100, $50. If you have poor risk management, you are not going anywhere. Number 2, if you blow your account, you are out of business. So risk management is very important. Don't be that person who is greedy and you want to make $1 million US dollars from an account of $1,000. Be logical and be realistic to yourself. That way, you will not have pressure to take bad trades. So the most important thing, as the week opens, tomorrow is on a Monday, know your targets, know what you want from the market. Once you achieve, even if you achieve your targets by Tuesday, Wednesday, that is what we are here for. That's one thing about trading. So as the week goes on in those various communities and groups that you are in, you're gonna get updates coming up, upcoming trades, and everything, and also know how you also be updated on how to manage your trades, take profits, and all that. So up to this point, guys, I'm going to end this meeting here. I'm going to upload this recording on YouTube. I'll share the links so that you guys can go and watch if you want to watch and learn from it, and also maybe get updated on what is going on. So you guys have a lovely week, and let's make money.